Welcome to the Greg's Review Show. Today we're going to talk again about online scammers, how they affect the online dating scene in America and across the world. So without further ado, please thumbs up, like and share this video. Uh, we're going to get into this video. Please help and support us through Cash App. That's GRC mantrap. Every donation will be greatly appreciated. We're going to get into this quick video about scammers breaking hearts and stealing billions of dollars online through all the four corners of the earth. So, without further ado, fair use. Let's get into the video, and I'll be back to talk about this.
Maria Exposto thought she'd found true love online. Instead, she was ensnared in an elaborate international crime network. The Sydney grandmother, known to her family as Bella, was sentenced to death last year for drug trafficking.
This is out of character. It's not Bella. Bella's a devoted mom, a devoted wife. But drugs? No, not my Bella.
She was a textbook romance scam victim. She was not someone that would get herself involved knowingly in any way in drug trafficking.
Maria Exposto fell in love with a man who didn't exist. She believed she was talking to Captain Daniel Smith, an American Special Forces soldier stationed in Afghanistan. In fact, she was seduced by criminals using stolen photos of a retired British naval officer.
In reality, Maria was talking to probably more than one criminal, probably a gang of criminals, most likely from what I've looked at in this case, West Africans, and in my view, probably Ghanaian West Africans as well.
Hello? Yeah. Hey, Mum. Mum, I got ABC News here with me.
Maria spoke to us from prison in Malaysia about how she was duped.
That time I was blind. You understand what I mean? I was blind in love with Daniel. Every day he sang to me 5 times a day. He sang love songs to me 5 times a day. And then he made me fall in love with him because of his bullshitting things, and then make me fall in love with him.
I want our love to flourish with unrequited fire and passion while we're apart. I yearn to look into your eyes the way that lovers do, and hear you whisper, I love you.
The scammers bombarded her with declarations of love, followed by pleas for money.
I've searched my heart and find out that you are not happy in your married life. Therefore, I want to ask your hand in marriage. Thank you, my love, for your answer. I'm so happy, my love. I will love and cherish you like no other man. When are you going out, honey? What about the Western Union? When are you going to send the money?
Should I just give you a phone? Just go, can you send this money to my friend through Western Union? And I'll just be like, yeah, okay, sure. But then I started reading them after a while, and then they were going to one place was Ghana. And I'm just like, Ghana? What friend does she have there?
Maria sent more than $18,000 to Ghana. Within a year, she was broke, but the scammers weren't finished with her.
What happens with victims who have been scammed is they get put on a suckers list. And being on a suckers list means that that's sold on the dark web and other criminals will use it. In Maria's case, I think that's probably what's happened, is that perhaps other people have either got involved that have joined these gangs, or her details have been sold off to the next highest bidder to be able to be used as a drug mule.
Maria was lured to Shanghai to sign Daniel Smith's retirement papers. She was met by a man who said he was an army colleague. He gave her a bag to take back to Australia. In transit in Malaysia, customs officers found more than a kilo of the drug ice sewn into the lining.
I entered this case purely professionally to examine this as an expert witness. And I didn't make up my mind until I went through all the data available and until I interviewed Maria. She didn't have to have her bags checked. She volunteered. She said, here, I have my bags. Have a look. I've looked at this case for so long now and in so much detail. It's one of those things that you think, oh, sorry. I didn't expect to get emotional about it. You just think, if you could take that moment back again for her, you know.
Professor Monica Whitty is a global authority on the psychology of romance scams.
The criminals involved in this are definitely masters of manipulation. This is their job, right? And they're very good at it, and they're very proud of being good at it as well.
Well, I think they're looking for people that are vulnerable. They're looking for people that are probably to some extent lonely, that are looking for engagement, and that is why they utilise social media. They're organised, they're very well organised, and they're very well resourced.
The rampant theft of images is central to the business of scamming. Retired US Colonel Brian Denny has had his image stolen and used in thousands of fake social media and dating profiles.
Military personnel are highly regarded. We're seen as trustworthy, dependable. So over the course of the last 2 years, I've reported over 3,000 accounts to Facebook of scammers using my pictures to steal money from women around the globe.
Brian Denny is among countless military personnel whose photos have been used by scammers.
This is being done at kind of at an industrial scale, and how do you stop it? What do you do about it? These are thieves that are using images to take advantage of people on a global scale.
Brian Denny has trawled through groups on Facebook where scammers trade skills and fake identities.
And they offer Facebook profiles for sale. They offer pictures of uniformed servicemen for sale. They offer the backstory and kind of how you get started. So it's all right there. It's in plain sight. It's not hidden.
The fraudsters advertise so-called formats, day-by-day scripts to run their scams. They sell photo editing skills. In secret groups on Facebook's instant messaging service WhatsApp, they trade bank accounts for laundering stolen money.
I'm angry, to say the least. It's hugely frustrating knowing that you're talking to a company like Facebook and you're working to help people, them enforce their own community standards, and yet on Facebook they're advertising. There are people that are advertising, hey, this is how you take advantage of people.
Each week, Brian Denny hears from women across the world who've been sucked in by the scammers.
They are trying to confirm or deny that I'm a guy that they've had a relationship with and have sent money to. They've committed everything. All their...
They're on dating sites to chat up men, and they're remarkably candid about what they do.
I mean, some of them can give you $2,000, maybe you tell them $5,000 or 5,000 pounds or 5,000 Australian dollars.
Do you chat with men in Australia?
Oh yeah, I can even show you the chart.
Sure.
Yo,
Please. Yeah, show me. And I can see here it says, want to play now. I'm horny.
like one play video call with me.
Video cam?
Yeah, video call
To do what?
to do fun,
Like sexy
sex stuff, and I'll make sure to make him happy. Feel like for a lot of time.
He thinks you're a woman.
Yeah,
And so what do you do with him? Does he show you himself?
yeah, he saw me himself. Even I see
Naked.
naked, full naked.
He doesn't see anything in the video.
Hey, Sunday.
On the streets of the capital, Accra, this 27-year-old who calls himself Kwaku hustles for his living.
That's nice. How much?
On a good night, he makes the equivalent of $20 selling perfume.
As price? Let me give you 70.
It's a fraction of what he can make online.
Basically, they call us fraud boys or game boys because we do fraud to get money. We scam.
From his tiny flat, Kwaku and his friend, who goes by the nickname Skidoo, use stolen photos to create fake identities to fool their victims.
I am Johnny, and I am a military man in the US. Okay, so sometimes I'm in Palestine, sometimes I'm in Iraq, and we are helping keeping peace in that country because there's war going on and all that. So that's my main occupation online. Yeah, so I search for clients. I want somebody to be my lover. Yeah, my fiancé and all that.
You said you search for clients. What's
Yeah.
The word client is used for people we meet online.
You don't like to use the word victim.
No. The victim.
Victim doesn't
That
sound
is
pretty.
a client is somebody, a business partner who maybe will bring money or something. That's why I use the word client. Some are divorced and some are their husbands are dead and all that.
So the best targets are people who are divorced.
Who are divorced or widowed, yes.
Their husbands.
Yeah, they're divorced, yes.
Kwaku's current target is a Mexican woman in the US.
I think she doesn't have that education where she's not fluent in the English like that. So I was lucky enough to meet somebody who wasn't. But I proposed to her and we were getting along. But it seems I wanted some capital, so I asked her for money. And I think she sent me money about $2,000. Yeah.
Kwaku returns a call from the woman while we're filming and pretends his webcam isn't working.
I really want to come around this Christmas so I can come and see you.
What about the flight ticket that you paid for
Yeah, my friend booked the flight ticket and I'm not hearing from my friend anymore. It's really hard times here, baby. I'm trying to video chat with you so you can see me, but the camera is not working properly. I don't know.
say, you the hands off, baby.
Can you see me now? Oh my God, I love you, baby. I'm gonna call you back. I gotta call you back, okay, baby? Yeah. Oh my God, that's my tits. I'm gonna call you back later tonight so we can have fun, okay?
Okay.
All right, love you. Bye. She's falling in love with the voice because the same voice that I propose to her, the same voice that I tell her she's beautiful, the same voice that when I'm making love to her, sometimes I back it off with when you're having sex, those voices. Yeah, she likes that.
You know, women like men who are caring. You understand? If you're not giving them money, oh, you always call them, how you doing? Oh, I wanted to check on you. Have you eaten all those stuffs? Like pampering that way. You understand? She's there, she's online looking for a partner. Maybe it's been long since she met someone like that. It's been long since someone pampered her. It's been long since someone told her sweet things. You understand?
Sometimes you be talking to the person and you can even feel pity for the person. Wow, this person, she's crying and all that. You feel pity, but you need money.
Are you committing crime?
No,
No,
I don't see it.
I
to be a
don't see it
crime.
to be a crime because it's online. I'm trying to get money, and the same person is also trying to get money.
For them, it's purely business and taking what's owed to them.
The white people, they came down here to colonize us, took what belongs to us. They sent our great great grandfathers there, treated them like slaves. You understand? They did a lot of harm to them. You understand? So they've done us bad before, and we think it's time to pay them back.
Superstition runs. Ghana's Economic and Organised Crime Office is working with the FBI and Interpol to confront the cyber fraud industry. Head of Prosecutions Abu Issa says the cafe boys are only entry-level criminals.
These are just unemployed youth who will try to do all that they can to sustain a living. But the big guys will never go to the internet cafe. They will sit in the comfort of their rooms, have their mobile telephonic broadband network, and do it in their own comfort. Even most of the bad guys or the big fishes put out or send the small boys on an errand to undertake preliminary activities for them. So they graduate from that particular little boys to the big guys in town.
Spent the last 2 days. Abu Issa says formidable international crime organisations have taken hold in Ghana.
We have Nigerian nationals and other West African nationals who come here, and definitely they have their Ghanaian collaborators or counterparts who indulge in this, and then they share ideas, making it so sophisticated even to track down.
What started in West Africa has grown into a global network. Scammers here are trading their victims with criminal syndicates, which are exploiting them for money laundering and drug trafficking. Police are only starting to understand how sophisticated and far-reaching this is.
He's still looking back.
Yeah. You see him there, though?
Yeah, I know he's on our 60 stop. Yeah, I got him in the mirror. Oh, yeah, no, he's just looking for Siggy's.
In Toronto, Canada, detectives Michael Kelly and Tim Trotter have uncovered the inner workings of a global crime network which has grown out of the internet cafes of West Africa.
I guess we kind of got what we wanted.
It's alleged that they are involved in everything from fraud and money laundering to drug trafficking to human trafficking to prostitution rings, all manners of criminality.
At the centre of their investigation was this man, Akahoman Ikadoizi. The Canadian-Nigerian dual national was arrested at Toronto Airport in 2014 when Customs found him with a fake credit card.
Placed under arrest by Peel Regional Police here in Canada, and I wound up writing a search warrant for the electronic devices found in his possession.
Their contents after examination opened us up to the innermost workings of the organization.
They say Ikadoizi's chat history revealed he was coordinating a vast fraud and money laundering network.
It was thousands upon thousands of lines with him and communicating with other conspirators all around the world about fraud scams of all types targeting
victims all over the world, talking about how to control their victims, how to best carry out the fraud scams. And it gave us a real sense of the scope and scale of how large it was, and the nature and how big the operations were that Mr. Igadosi and his associates were carrying out, again, targeting people from Canada to the United States to Europe, to even mentioning Australians.
There were emails that indicated their ability to have peer review of each other's criminality. And there were exchanges of suggestions of, no, use this letter, it's better. Use this hallmark on your documents, it's much more effective. And so you realize, okay, we're up against a machine here.
One of his colleagues here reaches out to him and says, "Brother, can you..."
Names and phone numbers. This one's and email addresses. A lot being international numbers.
Yeah, a couple of times.
Repeat up here. Mobile phones. So the time is now 7:26 p.m. on.
The target of the raid was Nigerian Patrick Nweki, a convicted drug importer who'd been in immigration detention more than a year fighting deportation.
To my right, I have Dirichukwu Patrick Nweki, who is here at Bankstown Police Station, currently under arrest in relation to the allegation that he was participating in coordinating and aiding the importation of a border-controlled substance, namely cocaine.
Nweki had been under investigation for 5 months as he conspired with Nigerian contacts around the world.
They seemed to be like a vertically integrated company. It was an organisation that sourced the drugs, found the couriers, facilitated their transport, collected the drugs at the end. It was a well-tried, and I think...
That's it, YouTubers. Thanks for coming to the Greg's Review Show today. That'll be it for the online scammer video. I'll talk with you next week. Please support us on Cash App, GREC, $, mantrap. And with Lord say the same, I'll talk to you again. Bye-bye.